Well, my next guest is one of 15 governors calling on President Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to restore vaccine and quarantine exemptions for truck drivers. Republican Montana Governor Greg Gianforte joins me now. Governor, thank you very much for being here. You know, I was just talking to the governor of Alaska who agrees with your position, and he said the trucker mandate never made any sense. I mean, you have a closed work environment. A trucker's workspace is completely isolated. They're not going to infect anybody else, even if this was ever justified, a vaccine mandate.
Yeah, David, thanks for having me on. And you're absolutely right. Let's face it, our supply chains are broken. And this change in policy, this imposing of the vaccine mandates and quarantines for truckers couldn't come at a worse time. It's preventing them from making a living, and it's keeping our shelves from being stocked.
So what's happening with Trudeau? I mean, why, rather than compromising, making any sort, for example, the governor, the premier, I guess they call him, of Quebec, which is a very liberal province, just announced that they're going to be ending vaccine mandates starting today. They're going to be phasing them out. They'll be totally phased out by March 15th. Why doesn't Trudeau say something like that? Okay, we're going to phase out these mandates. I mean, that would be a sort of a compromise that he could make, but instead he's threatening to arrest these guys.
Yeah, and he reimposed quarantine requirements here in January. So he's doubling down. And now, honestly, for freedom-loving individuals, it's frightening to see what's happening. Just abandoning due process of the law, violating our ability to assemble. Here in Montana, we're creating a sanctuary for freedom and the free market. And you know, Montana got that message, Alberta got that message, Saskatchewan got that message, the rest of the United States got that message. We need Joe Biden and Prime Minister Trudeau to get that message so that we can get our trucks moving again. We have to keep our trucks on the road.
Well, what is wrong with this prime minister? Is it just stubborn pride on his part? Because clearly the science is not a part of this. When you look at what's happened with Omicron, when you look at what we talked about, the confined space, there's nobody that the truckers could infect. When you look at what's happening in Quebec and the other provinces that are getting rid of mandates, he could compromise. Why does it? I mean, is this just a pure power play, a selfish power play?
I can't say I understand it. It is frightening to those of us that love freedom. Here in Montana, it's illegal to even ask someone if they're vaccinated. We trust individuals. We think the role of government is to educate and communicate, not to mandate. We've seen that mandates don't work. And for a trucker who does cross-border work, every time they return to Canada to have to spend an extended period of time in quarantine means that they're not on the road and they're not earning a living. Estimates show it's going to cause thousands of truckers to leave when we already have a major shortage, and it's going to prevent us from reestablishing the supply chains and filling the shelves back up.
You know, Governor, it's not just Canada, obviously. There are a lot of people, a lot of politicians in the United States who got used to extra power because of the pandemic, and as it begins to wind down, they don't want to give it up. Are you concerned that we may see those, maybe not exactly the same situation, but power plays from politicians here who don't want to give up their extra power?
Well, I'm thankful that in Montana we love freedom, and we're holding to the First Amendment that gives us the right to assemble for free speech and, of course, our right to due process, all of which seem to be abandoned in Canada right now.
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking about, and I know some people have actually suggested this, I believe a couple of governors have said this to the truckers in Canada, come to the United States. We need truckers here in the United States, experienced truckers, and these are experienced truckers in Canada. Have you done any outreaching to some of those truckers, inviting them to work here?
Well, we have an awful lot of people discovering Montana. We did something very similar in the healthcare space. We've been using religious exemptions, medical exemptions to make sure our nurses and doctors who have served us so well can stay on the job. We've offered relocation expense reimbursement if doctors and nurses that have lost their jobs want to come and practice here in Montana. Our arms are open.
By the way, you do have the most beautiful state in the country. I know I'm going to get letters from everybody saying, no, it's us in California. Montana, folks, if you haven't been to Montana, you've been missing the best. It's really an incredible place. Someday,
David,
maybe I'll join you there.
Yeah, David, you're not lying.
Governor, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Best of luck in this effort. It's well worth it. I appreciate it.